Today, the San Diego Tribune, a paper that has not endorsed a Democrat for president in its 148-year history, endorsed Hillary Clinton, calling her the, quote, safe choice for president. And they are far from the first conservative paper to back her. Clinton has picked up the endorsements of the traditionally Republican Arizona Republic, Cincinnati Enquirer, Dallas Morning News, and Houston Chronicle, and considered the editorial board of USA Today, a paper that has never picked a side in a presidential race until yesterday, when they published an op-ed under the headline, Trump is unfit for the presidency. That's from their editorial board. By NBC's count, in the general election alone, Hillary Clinton has 15 major newspaper endorsements. Gary Johnson has 6. Donald Trump has 0. If you count the primaries, Clinton has over 80 papers endorsing her. Trump did pick up the sport of 4 papers in the primaries, the Santa Barbara News Press, the New York Observer, which one should note is owned by his son-in-law, the New York Post, owned by Rupert Murdoch, and of course, lest us forget, the National Enquirer. All of this is part of a broader phenomenon, which is not only are elite institutions opposing Donald Trump, but America's political and business elite as well. 0 current or living ex-presidents are supporting Trump. The former nominee is not supporting him. Not a single Fortune 100 CEO has endorsed him. Well, the question is, amidst America's ongoing crisis of authority, does elite opinion carry enough weight to even matter? Joining me now, C.D. Andrews, an opinion editor at the Cincinnati Enquirer's editorial board, and David Mastio, who's a deputy editorial page editor at USA Today. David, let me start with you. So, you know, you guys don't do this. You're not. It's not a newspaper that does every 4 years. It's we endorse. How did this process work out that you got to this point?
We have an incredibly diverse editorial board from progressives, liberals, centrists, conservatives, libertarians. We don't agree on a lot of things. But as this campaign has played out, we tried to keep an open mind. We listened during the Republican convention as Donald Trump attacked a Gold Star family. We tried to keep an open mind. We listened to the debate, and Donald Trump was unhinged again. We came back to the editorial boardroom the next day, and it was pretty easy to get to a consensus that Donald Trump did not belong in the White House.
Cindy, and I'm sorry, I missaid your name.
Yes.
Cindy, was it a similar process for you guys? Although I imagine you're mostly in an editorial board at a paper like yours, tend to lean to the right.
Well, you know, we've had some changes over the years, and you know, we described ourselves at the beginning of the year as a fairly centrist editorial board, and we kind of set the tone, and we hoped the expectations that we would be very pragmatic. We have 5 members on our board, and we actually, you know, we began this conversation obviously in the primaries. We endorsed Governor Kasich on the Republican side and Secretary Clinton on the Democratic side. And, you know, and we've since been watching, and then we just, I'd say about in August, we started to have that conversation again. We, of course, made our decision a week ago, so it was in advance of the debate.
Let me ask you this. You said Trump is a clear and present danger to our country, which is a very
Yes.
profound phrase. In these uncertain times, America needs a brave leader, not bravado, real solutions, not paper-thin promises, a clear eye toward the future, not a cynical appeal to the good old days. Now, I want to contrast with that. There's a number of papers, and maybe they're more Republican-leaning than your own, that have taken the Gary Johnson route, right? The Tribune Company of the stalwart Republican paper endorsing Gary Johnson today. Why did you guys not go with that?
You know, again, I think it goes back to pragmatism. We felt that really, at the end of the day, either Trump or Clinton is going to be president, and so we wanted to weigh in a way that we felt would really count. You know, we did consider whether to go a third-party route, and we decided that Secretary Clinton's, you know, foreign experience, you mentioned the clear and present danger issue, and that her foreign experience in particular, I think, makes her the best candidate, although certainly, as we noted, a deeply flawed candidate.
So, David, you guys, USA Today is a paper that is available, of course, across country. It is a paper that I think is a pretty down-the-middle paper. I would imagine its readership is across the political spectrum. Have you gotten a whole bunch of "we're canceling our subscription and you're part of the liberal media" response?
We've gotten some of that on Twitter, and we've gotten some phone calls. I was kind of surprised that the response was as civil as it was. I was expecting a little bit worse.
You write in this was not an endorsement of any particular candidate. It was an anti-endorsement in which you say our bottom line advice to voters is stay true to your convictions. Whatever you do, however, resist the siren song of a dangerous demagogue. By all means, vote, just not for Donald Trump. Do you think you have sway? Do you think people are listening to what is now, I think, a consensus chorus from so many parts of American life across an ideological spectrum that this is a dangerous demagogue?
I really hope so. I think we try very hard to be a centrist paper. One of the things that we always do is run an opposing view, and in this case, we ran an opposing view from Mike Pence. We try to be as fair or more fair than any other editorial page in the country, and it never happens that our editorial board is unanimous. And I hope that has some power.
All right, Cindy Andrews, David Mastio, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.